Welcome to Who's Your Daddy podcast. I am one of your co-hosts. My name is X.
And I'm Dom. And today, we decided we're going to go ahead and make a podcast. And
As one does.
yeah, and we're going to try to make this as clean cut as possible. One taking it. It's going to be raw, uncensored, uncultured to some degree.
Yeah, I'm probably going to drop an F-bomb at some point. You know, it happens.
But it's okay. We're all here. We're going to try to have as much fun as possible, get a couple laughs, and hopefully keep this thing rolling. So
enjoy a couple adult beverages during, so.
Oh yeah, definitely. So let's go ahead and get started here. I think we're going to go ahead and start with talking about some of this effects of COVID that we've been seeing these days. Might as well get the elephant out of the room.
And it's crazy because, we've all been affected in different ways, mostly negative, but, you got to find the positive in every situation, It's just, you got to try to find that bright light. Honestly, without COVID, we probably don't start this simple podcast.
Oh, I'm still starting it, but it all just takes some time. And like I said, I've been fortunate enough to keep working and things along those lines. I know I missed a college football season here at K-State, rolled over some tickets, so hopefully I get to see some football this next year. Big sports guys. I watch a lot of college basketball right now. People can say what they want, but my team, I'm just going to go ahead and say it so I don't get roasted later on. I do not watch K-State basketball. I am a Tar Heel for life, but I went to school at K-State, so I'm going to be a Wildcat in terms of football.
And I'll be honest, it is rough as hell as a K-State basketball fan. It's a real roller coaster. You win one game by 2, you get blown out by Emporia State, a Division II school here in Kansas. A couple weeks later, it's kind of drove me to alcoholism, to be honest.
Yeah, well, Bruce Weber really knows how to lose a game in the last 5 minutes. That's all I'm going to say about that.
That dude, you know what? I can't say I could coach D1 basketball, but you know what? I'm pretty sure my 5-year-old YMCA team could have ran us out the gym that night.
That's probably true.
It's definitely true.
So, talking about some sports, we got some pretty big games coming up
That's right.
these next couple of days with some NFL playoff
Divisional round, right?
Oh, yeah. Some interesting games. You want to go ahead and get us started off in the AFC?
Well, the AFC, one of the first games we got is Ravens-Bills. And I think that game's going to be a lot closer than people think it's going to be. It's spread's supposed to be 2.5 points. So for those of you that don't gamble, because, just throwing this out there, we are a strictly legal gambling podcast. 2.5 points, you're picking them to win by 3 or more points. Honestly, that's probably about right for this game. Josh Allen has an absolute hose of a right arm. I'm pretty sure that dude's like Uncle Rico, could throw the pigskin a quarter mile. But then you got Lamar Jackson, who's possibly the fastest guy since Michael Vick outrunning the law.
Yeah.
And I don't know. It's a real toss-up. Dom, who do you think's going to come out in that game?
I got Bills, 100%. I think that right now they're a hot team. I think that they're going to go ahead and they're going to give everybody a real run for their money this season. I think they have the highest chance to go the distance, I think, next to, with the Chiefs being on that side. It's one of those things where I'm anxious to see kind of which way we go, but talking about those Chiefs, they got to make it past the Browns. The Browns are playing lights out, and I think that personally, I think that spread is a little high at
it's
-10.
-10. Chiefs to win by 2 scores, and it's funny because earlier on in the week, Kareem Hunt came out and said that this game's personal for him because the Chiefs cut him. It's like, bro, you need to shut the hell up. You got cut by the Chiefs because you kicked a woman in the face, got caught on camera, and then lied to the owner when they asked you. You're clearly on video. With all that being said, I know the Chiefs are the defending champs. I just don't know, man. That their defense seems to just take time off halfway through the game. They don't really start playing until the 4th quarter, and against a team that can run the ball as effectively as Cleveland, I think Cleveland has the potential to upset the Chiefs. Now, will they? history says no. The Browns have been a constant disappointment to the whole state of Ohio. So I don't think they lose by 10 points, though. I swear they cover. They probably end up losing by 3 to 7 points. I'd say a touchdown is probably about right. But I will tell you for a fact, if Baker Mayfield pulls off an upset in Kansas City, they need to build a statue of that man in front of that stadium.
Well, I'm a big Baker Mayfield guy.
Big Baker Mayfield guy.
Not necessarily when he was at OU. I thought he was really cocky at OU, but his cockiness fits the NFL, and I think we definitely need more quarterbacks like Baker Mayfield.
You love him when he's on your team. You absolutely hate him if you're on the rival team. It's just how it is. Like, there's always guys like that. Speaking as a Falcons fan, yes, I know we are terrible. I used to absolutely despise Cam Newton. But watching him on the Patriots, even though the Patriots were not that good this year, enjoyed him way more because he wasn't sticking it to my team 2 times a year.
Definitely. Well, I just think the game's going to be close. I think that Baker Mayfield's going to. He came off a close win against the Steelers for the second time. I mean, they almost gave that game away. Realistically speaking, the Steelers really lost that game themselves.
They really did.
They gave that win away. But at the end of the day, I think that Baker Mayfield has a chip on his shoulder, something to prove this season. Being one of the first times that they've made the playoffs,
yeah.
And nonetheless getting a win in the playoffs, it's going to be an interesting matchup nonetheless.
The big difference is though, Patrick Mahomes not as washed as Big Ben Roethlisberger, so
that's true.
It kind of helps out with that. That'll be the big difference, but it's going to be interesting. That's definitely a must-watch game, even if you're not a fan of either team. It's just going to be a really good football team. And if it's an ass whooping, you're a Chiefs fan, you're going to enjoy it that way too. So, I mean, it's must-watch football.
Oh, yeah, definitely. Well, jumping to the other side of things, I mean, you got a pretty lopsided matchup, in my opinion, with
probably some of the oldest quarterbacks in the NFL.
Yeah.
So we'll start with the History Channel itself. You got the Bucks going against the Saints. I hate both these teams with a passion. I cannot state that enough. I absolutely hate Drew Brees, and I absolutely hate Tom Brady. Just based off their success, I've never been fans. The Saints are favored by -3 right now, so they're picked to win. The Saints have beat them both times this year, which is funny because the Bucks have absolutely just shit pumped other teams this year, and then for some reason, old man Breeze and Taysom, we don't know what his actual position is, Hill, just seem to have their number. So I don't know, man. I kind of want to lean towards the Bucks because it's really hard to it's hard to beat a team twice, let alone 3 times in a year. But they've already beat the Saints twice, so I don't know. I'm kind of stuck on this one.
I'm not. Bucks all the way, 150,000%. Tom Brady to the Super Bowl. I've been a Tom Brady fan ever since he's been playing with the Patriots. He's been. I mean, there's no denying, and I mean, y'all control however you want in the comment section or whatever you want to do. Tom Brady is one of the best quarterbacks, if not the best quarterback that ever touched the field, hands down. You can make any argument that you want, but nobody's won more games in the position that he's been in the playoffs than any other person, let alone some teams. Tom Brady's won more games in the playoffs than some teams have as a franchise. Let that set in. So if anybody can do it, it's Tom Brady, it's Gronkowski, it's the Bucks. It's the Bucks over the Saints this weekend.
Honestly, it might be. I don't know. Old man Breeze and old man Tom. Someone's
to retire.
Both
of them.
Someone's gonna pop a hip out. I just can feel it. And if it's anybody, it's probably gonna be Drew Brees. He already had fractured ribs, and I think he twisted his ankle and collapsed lung, and he's still playing. But
well, in reality, it looks like he twisted that forehead. If he plays a couple more years, he's gonna be just about as big as a head as Peyton Manning did. So, or he has. I mean, it's like seriously has a 6 or 7 head. It's ridiculous.
Who knows if he gets knocked out the game? Maybe we'll have a Jameis Winston side and he'll throw 3 pick sixes to the Bucks.
Hey, I'd rather have crab legs in the game.
Yeah, good old crab legs. If you don't know what that is, go ahead and Google that because it's worth it.
So, all right. So, I mean, we'll go to the next matchup. I think that this one's a pretty well a blowout. I think Green Bay's over the Rams.
6.5.
Yeah, I think that's low.
And yeah, that is extremely low. I mean, Jared Goff has a broken thumb. Dude tore his whole thumb, basically tore off his hand. He popped it back in, and they had to replace him. And it's going to snow in Green Bay. It is, one, with a broken thumb, it's hard to grip a ball altogether. 2, when you got your little baby hands like Jared Goff, and you got a broken thumb in the cold, he's just the ball's going to be slipping out of his hands so like a bar of soap in a prison.
Aaron Rodgers, like I said, he's essentially Brett Favre at this point in his prime.
Oh, dude's the best.
So I just don't see how this game is even remotely close. Honestly, I might skip this one this weekend because I already know who's going to win. Call me cocky, but I just know for a fact, just like Tom Brady, Aaron Rodgers has the pedigree to win, and I think that there's just no touching him right now.
The Packers should blow out the Rams unless Aaron Donald single-handedly carries that defense. You can talk about Jalen Ramsey locking down the receiver, but who else is going to lock down anyone on that offense?
That's true. Yeah, so I just think that, like I said, that's the wrap-up. So for me personally, I have Browns over Chiefs. I have Green Bay over the Rams. I also have Bucks over the Saints, with hopefully Drew Brees retiring at the end of this, be like a Phillip Rivers and just getting out of there. And then I also have Bills over the Ravens.
Well, for me, I'm definitely like you. I'm going Packers. Packers are going to cover easily. It's going to win some people some money. I'm going to go with the Chiefs. Chiefs are going to win. They're going to find a way to do it, but they're not going to win by 10 points. It's going to be, if they win, they're going to win by maybe a touchdown at the most. I see it coming down to a last-second field goal by Harrison Butker. That's going to win them the game. They're going to advance. And here's where I'm going to disagree with you. I do not think they're going to play the Bills. I think it's going to end up being Lamar Jackson and the Ravens. They were absolutely embarrassed last year by the Titans. They went ahead and got their revenge. I think Josh Allen is definitely improved, and he's really, really good. I just can't see the Tennessee defense stopping Lamar Jackson. The Buffalo Bills defense. I'm still stuck on that last game. And New Orleans, I'll go ahead and give you that. I can't see Drew Brees leading that team unless Alvin Kamara runs for $150 and 3 touchdowns. I just can't see Drew Brees carrying that team to go score for score a third time with Tom Brady. I just can't say it. As much as I hate saying that, I just can't see it happening a third time.
I definitely see that. And like I said, I mean, I think the more exciting of the two games are going to be, what would that be? It'd be Saturday evening, Sunday morning, or Sunday early afternoon, Central Standard Time, of course. But
Well, see, so the funniest thing about that Bucs-Saints game is Tom Brady figured out how to use Twitter. Took him forever. And he goes out and he tweets a picture of him with a old man beard. He looks like Kenny Rogers. And Drew Brees looks like a retired librarian or janitor. And he says, yeah, tune into the History Channel for Tom versus Time. And it's just amazing to me how social media is now being figured out by his generation, and then just thinking about the effects as on us as millennials and then the Gen Zers. It's just crazy. And with that, I mean, man, like seriously, just last night, I got the craziest message on Facebook. Yes, I know, I'm old. I still use Facebook. I got randomly messaged by this woman I know. And I cannot make this up. This woman messaged me and said, hey, do you know this guy? He drives a black truck, black Ford pickup truck. You should probably know him because he's Hispanic. I mean, the bitch didn't even give me a name. She didn't say like, hey, some guy named Jose or Miguel or Aaron or anything like that. She just said, hey, do you know this guy that drives a black pickup truck, F-150 pickup truck that's Hispanic? One, just because I'm Hispanic doesn't mean I know all Hispanics.
What?
Right? Two, bitch, you just named half my friends and my family. You know how many of us have F-150s? Like,
I do.
You can't narrow this down here. Like, it's just crazy to me that you would assume that I know that. It's like, if you would have gave me a name, okay, maybe I can narrow it down. Funny part is I probably do know the guy, but I don't know people by what they drive, because, I mean, I know like 50 different dudes that drive black F-150s.
That's insane that you would just go and just assume, let alone have the balls to say, hey, I'm going to reach out to this gentleman.
I have not talked to this woman in probably 4 years. Didn't go to college with her, didn't go to high school with her. We met once at a bar, and she just like felt, hey, 4 years later, hey, do you know that some Hispanic guy that drives a black F-150? You mean like other than half the town?
Yeah, really.
I mean,
but did you buy her a drink?
Hell no, man. It's 2020. They should buy me drinks. Sorry, it's 2021. Sorry, still figuring that out with this new year.
That's what I got to crack me open another one. Here's a little ASMR for you guys back at home if you're listening to this. If you're listening to this on the iPhone audio, I'm sorry, but for those of you on the podcast, here's one for you.
Oh yeah, that's
it.
That's
right
probably
there.
one of the most relaxing sounds in America.
Here's another one.
That's good podcasting right there.
And you know what? This is not that good. I'm drinking what is called Bali High or something, Tiki Rum Mai Tai cut water. Heavy on the ABV.
It is. Yeah, they are 12.5% alcohol.
I will say, just as a disclaimer, we are both over the age of 21.
I am way over the age of 21. I mean, I have 2 kids.
X has 2 kids, basically almost just shy of 40 at this point.
Essentially, yes. You have your own kid.
I have my own kid. One
you're
year, 1 years old.
Shoot, you're married, so you're basically 30.
I wouldn't say that necessarily, but we're of drinking age for sure.
And we're drinking responsibly. No one's going to be driving anywhere. Because, if you drink and drive, you lose. This is how it works, man. Just don't do it. If you're one of those stupid people that feels the need to do that, it's 2021. Get a damn Uber, call a Lyft, call a taxi, call your best friend, call your mom or dad. They'll wake up. They'll be way happier to get a phone call to pick you up at 1 or 2 in the morning than it would be to say, hey, sorry, your kid's dead. It's just not worth it, man.
Definitely not cool. Definitely took a little bit of a turn right there. But I know X was talking about his kind of funny story about this individual reaching out to him. I think that's just kind of one of those things that's, it's funny to bring up on a podcast because it's just one of those.
Days get crazy, man. Wild stuff happens.
And so I figured, let's go ahead and get in the dirt of this podcast. I'll go ahead and share a crazy story that happened to me this morning. And it's all about being uncensored and unfiltered on this podcast. So I'm just going to share a story. I woke up this morning. I go to work at 7 o'clock in the morning. Work 7 to 3:30. So with the little one, I go to sleep about, don't roast me, I used to go to sleep about 1 o'clock when I was in school. 1, 2, 3 o'clock, depends on how late of a night in the, at the bars I was at. But I go to sleep nowadays about 9 p.m.
Jesus Christ.
I'm definitely an old guy in that sense.
Dude, I'm older than you, and I got 2 kids, and I still go to bed at like midnight.
I know. It's just one of those things where now I kind of get my beauty sleep. I know I'm, try to get as much sleep as possible. That way I can continue to keep moving forward. But anyway, so I wake up this morning like any other normal morning, and just like any American or, not necessarily American, but any real individual that lives out there.
Real manly men.
You get up in the morning, and I don't care who you are, the first thing you do is go to the bathroom. And if you're anything like me, or maybe I'm just making assumptions, maybe you're an individual that has some issues going, let's just say number 2.
Taking a shit.
Every morning, for the most part, I wake up and I start my morning with a nice sit down on the porcelain. Well, this morning in general was one of the most tragic mornings I've ever experienced as a young adult.
Oh God, you fell in, didn't you?
Worse.
Oh shit.
So I go in and I sit down. I crank the shower on. I gotta wake up somehow. I crank the shower on. It's nice and cold. I got a tiled bathroom floor. It's cold, so I'm trying to heat the thing up. Well, I sit down, scrolling through Twitter, through Facebook, my normal daily routine.
Obviously.
Get to Snapchat, roll through the stories, throw my phone on the ground, and I get ready to do
what every good loving American does.
Exactly, unless you're, disgusting.
Yeah.
I go to wipe. I go to wipe, and I reach down, and I had people grilling me for this. Who in, that's watching this or that's listening in, do you check to see if there's toilet paper in your own house, your own apartment, wherever you're at? Do you check to see if there's toilet paper there before you sit down?
Personally, no. Because, as a single dad, I'm responsible for that. And I'm going to be honest, it slips my mind half the time. It's like you just sit down, take care of your business, and then you finish your business.
Exactly.
Yeah.
I can't even tell you the last time I bought toilet paper. I buy the biggest package.
I always end up finding it.
I buy the biggest package. I put it in the bathroom. Boom, it's there.
Yeah.
It's like a little fairy comes in at night, puts the toilet paper on the roll. Boom, done.
Classic. TP fairy.
If you ask my wife, I'm the one that doesn't change the toilet paper. That's besides the point. I think you guys know where this is going. I reach for the toilet paper. What do you think there is? 4 squares. There is 4 squares of double ply toilet paper. And if you're counting that as 8, you're crazy. 4 squares of toilet paper. And I just laid down my morning dump. And you want me to wipe with 4 squares. So, not even thinking anything up, I do my business. And it's like a deer in headlights moment. If you don't know what that is, I'm sorry for everybody that's audio. If you're watching this on video, it's like this. Deer in headlights. I'm staring off to space like my life's flashing before my eyes. What in the world am I going to do? Anybody with the brain would say, yo, Dom, just hop in the shower.
I mean, use your sock.
That did cross my mind. Yo, I got to rock this sock off.
It's like, your options are you hop in the shower, wash it all out French style, bidet style, use your sock. You basically can walk around and have mud butt all day, which I wouldn't recommend. It's like peanut butter and a shag carpet. Or what did you do?
So, as I was sitting there contemplating my life, and you may think to yourself, you should have just jumped in the shower. If you did that, you're a savage. I had my wife tell me at dinner tonight that I should have just used my hand. What a barbaric thing to do. That is the absolute, if you think that that's a valid option, you should just stop watching this podcast or stop listening to this podcast.
If you wipe with just your bare hand, whether you're in the shower or not in the shower, you are the reason COVID is happening. I cannot stress that enough. Like, who does? I don't care. You're like, oh, well, I washed my hands and it washed. No, you are fucking disgusting if you wipe your hand wipe your ass with your bare hand.
So X over here decided, hey, you should have just jumped in the shower. Yeah, that would have been great, except
you would have caked up the shower.
No, I don't have a wand on my shower. I have a rainfall shower head.
Yeah, you can't be sitting there bare ass, cheeks spread.
So I straight up got to do some Brazilian twerking to get this stuff cleaned out, and that ain't just gonna fly. So my bathroom is off of my master suite, and so there's only one other bathroom left in the house. My master suite's in the basement. It's pitch black. I don't want to wake my wife up.
Can't wake your 1-year-old up.
I got a 1-year-old sleeping in the bed right across from me. So, I just hear the 007 music playing.
Da-na-na.
Pop up off the toilet and start making my way upstairs.
Bow-legged.
Butt naked. pitch black, and I make my way upstairs. Now, if
Please
you have
tell me you fell.
if you have a 1-year-old and a 1-year-old like mine, there is a toy landmine every 6 inches of my floor downstairs.
Hey, be lucky it's not Legos. You haven't lived that pain yet.
So, just imagine 007 music playing, and I'm butt naked, walking up the stairs. Try not to wake everybody up. I stumble up the stairs. I'm reaching for every light known to man upstairs. And I get to the bathroom, grab me a roll of toilet paper. My wife says, "Why didn't you just wipe up there?" Yeah, right. I ain't wiping up there. I walk all the way back downstairs, get my business done, and then just so she felt the pain about it the next time that she woke up, I did what everybody else would do. I hid the roll.
Obviously.
I hid the roll somewhere that she would never expect to see it. And you know what she told me?
What?
She saw there was no toilet paper, so she just went upstairs. She just didn't even try.
She's like, we're not gonna put any roll.
She just gave up. She just walked over there, looked down. She probably did the same thing. Sat down on the porcelain, looked at it, and goes, "Whoop! I'm going upstairs." Didn't even give it 1 second thought.
And that's the difference, I guess, between men and women. Because, women, and from a man's perspective, I think women kind of look at every angle of things more than we do. And that's just from my own perspective. Maybe your other dudes don't do that. I will admit that I'm completely one-sided in how I think. But, I've noticed that, some women will definitely, they're going to go in there, scan the surroundings. Like, oh, there's no toilet paper. Well, we'll just go. For me, it's like, nah, man, I don't have time. I got to rush in here, take care of my business, and I got to get to work. Because sometimes you're there for 2 minutes. Sometimes you're there for 10 minutes. You got to get there and get your stuff done.
All I'm saying is, if I got a case of the bubble guts,
you got to.
I just hit me up some Panda Express, maybe some other Chinese or Mexican food, and I got the bubble guts. And if you don't know what the bubble guts means, when you got that sweat, just kind of like I'm sweating right now, but I don't got it right now, so calm down.
Yeah, don't worry.
When you got them sweats,
the bubble guts,
and you are running, and if you're wearing a belt, you better be taking that off before you even get to the door. And you sit down, I ain't even checking for nothing. I'm just making sure that my pants hit the ground before something else hits them pants.
You are trying to make sure you don't shit your pants, because I don't know anyone that's ever been okay with that. Unless you're a kid or an old person, that is, you can't do it. You can't do it. It's gross. It's disgusting. I mean, we've all been there probably at least once or twice.
So the moral of the story is, I guess, always check to see if there's toilet paper there, or if you don't get double crossed by your wife, your significant other, whoever the case may be, double check it. And just let me know in the comments. I mean, I was pretty fired up about this, and I was almost disheartened that my wife would do this to me.
And if you are the person that's always putting the toilet paper on the roll, start hiding the damn roll. Start doing it. You know what? We're not gonna be aggressive because we don't want to hurt our spouse's feelings. But you know what? We're gonna be passive aggressive. We're gonna make it. We're gonna get our point across subtly.
Oh yeah. So let me know, down below, whether it's in the comments or if you give us some feedback, what would you do in that situation? I mean, was I in the right? Would you would have just jumped in the shower? Would you would have been a Neanderthal and just wiped with your hand? I mean, if I had a sock that I was willing to give up, I probably would have used the sock.
Shoot, but then you only got one sock for work.
I mean, exactly. So what am I gonna do? I mean, I'm kind of, it's a double-edged sword, and I'm trying to figure out what in the world's going on.
Well, since we're on the toilet subject, we were arguing about this over dinner. We were eating, and we just started having this argument because it got brought up, and I would like to know what people do. Because, like you said, when you gotta go, you gotta go, right?
So there's some exceptions.
There's some exceptions, but if you gotta go to the bathroom, and let's say you're in the middle of some public place, whether it be a park, a Walmart, Dillon's or Kroger, for those of you that aren't from the Midwest. If you're going into a public bathroom, do you go and put that little protective piece of paper on the toilet seat? Or do you go and put, like, I know some people put like those little layers of toilet paper all around? Or do you just go brave, balls to the wall, and go ahead and just raw butt that toilet seat? Because I'm gonna tell you, that's what I do. If I gotta go to the bathroom in public, if I gotta go, I mean, if it's not that big a deal, I'll hold it. I'll go home. There is no throne like my own throne at home. But if I gotta go, and like you said, and the bubble guts are hitting, dude, shit's about to go down. I don't have time. I don't have the 30 seconds, 10 seconds, whatever. I'm going, dropping my pants, and raw button that toilet seat and just going.
I think that's where I disagree with you. I mean, even if I got the most extreme bubble guts that I could ever get, I'm still throwing that layer down. It doesn't matter where I'm at. If I'm at my house, that's the only time I know I'm safe. If I'm at work, I don't. I'll walk out that bathroom if I'm self-conscious about putting that layer down and they hear me rolling that toilet paper up,
dude,
and the guy's in the stall next to me, I'm running right back to my office and I'm eavesdropping, waiting for that guy to leave, and then I'm going straight back in there to do it. Because guess what? And I'm even taking that I'm taking it a step further. I'm rolling a little bit of that toilet paper out and throwing it in the bowl and then throwing a layer on there. That way, if I am getting a little nasty with it, it ain't going to be splashing up.
So now here's the thing. I don't have time. Like, I'll check. Now, if there's pee on the seat, I'll put something on it. Because I'm not trying to sit in somebody's pee.
If there is pee on the seat,
I'll just hover. I'll hover above it.
Oh my God.
I'll hover above it.
Dude, I'm not even touching that stall.
Oh, you don't have to touch it. If you're in the stall, it's the only available stall, and someone peed on the seat,
no.
I'll go little kid camping style and just hover above that toilet, man. I don't care. But if there's nothing on the seat and I gotta go, you best believe, and I keep using the term, I will raw butt that toilet seat.
Bro,
ass to toilet seat,
all
no
I
protection.
can see you is all 5'4" of you hovering over
that. I am not 5'4".
Hovering over that toilet seat because there's one little drop of pee. Honestly, I'm moving on to the next stall. Same situation.
Well, if it's the only stall.
If it's the only stall, bro, I may just have to poop my pants. I ain't even gonna lie.
Let's take it a step further. It's a full bathroom. There's 3 stalls. 2 stalls are full. You're in the middle stall. And you just know you're just about to drop bombs. Well, are you doing the courtesy flush?
No.
Yeah, good. Me neither.
There's no way.
It's like there's not enough water in the world to just stop the courtesy flush.
All I'm saying is if I gotta reach behind me just to be nice, if you didn't see me rolling in that toilet, then guess what? Mind your own business. I mean, it's as simple as it gets. I'm in here to get the job done. So are you. But hey, I mean, just like I said earlier.
That's how it is, no courtesy flush, raw button toilet seat.
Just like I said earlier, though, if I'm at work, I ain't going in there with anybody else because them guys, and I ain't gonna lie, those guys are some old dudes, some nasty old dudes that be popping in there and just be like, hey, how's it going? Have a full-blown conversation with you when they're in the next stall. I don't want to talk to you, Jerry. I just need to go number. I just need to do my thing and get out of here.
Man, I'm so glad I work from home right now because here's the thing. I did not care. I did not care who knew or what was going. I knew there was the one public bathroom and there was one private bathroom in a separate part of the building, which was still in the same part of the building I was in, but it was saved for a certain part of the office. And those people used to hate me because it was right next to somebody's. It was right next to somebody's office, and I was like, you know what? I don't care. I know this is for you, like you 5 people in here. But guess what? It just became 6.
Oh my God!
They hated me.
And let's just say,
I knew ways to get in there.
They knew when you were there, huh?
Whenever they saw me, they're like, oh God, there's this fat guy again. He's just coming up to blow up our toilet.
Oh
and
my
leave.
God!
Hey, I sprayed.
You sprayed. If you got a spray. If you look like the type of guy that'd be carrying a spray in your pocket, ready.
It always reminds me of if you ever seen the movie Friday. It's like, hey, don't go in the bathroom for about 30, 45 minutes.
Jeez. But moral of the story is, if you don't put one of those layers down,
You're no better than this guy.
in your quote unquote bare
raw button toilet
sorry,
seats.
not bare button.
Yeah, I don't go
raw
bare
button.
butt.
If you're a raw button these
Yeah.
toilet seats, then you probably should just go ahead and get the COVID check, because honestly, you'll probably already got it. I mean, honestly, you probably got a bunch of other stuff too. All I'm saying is be safe out there. Go ahead, take the extra. It's 3 pieces of toilet paper, or hey, if you're lucky enough, they got one of them bad boys on the wall. You just go ahead and slide it on.
Hey, life is too short to not risk it, man. You just gotta
No.
go for it.
No.
You just gotta go for it.
So before we move on, I just want to know. So let's say you go to a bar.
Okay.
It's late night,
Okay.
12 a.m., 1 a.m., whatever
Okay.
the case may be. There's one bathroom in the place with
Okay.
2 stalls. You're telling me you got to go to the bathroom?
Now, so what I gotta ask, is it a dive bar or a nice bar?
What the world does that even matter?
It makes a big difference to me.
Let's give me both. Give me both.
Okay, so nice bar. If I gotta go, man, I'm gonna feel bad about going because, it's not gonna be that nice when I'm done. If it's a dive bar, dude, I don't give a shit. I'll just go right there. I don't care. I'll lock the door, go. It's not my problem. It was probably dirty when I went in there. That's when you do that hover, because there's probably piss all over the floor.
Jesus.
Hey, to be honest, we've been to a bar like that. That
yeah,
bar
I'll
did
bet.
have piss all over the floor, and even the ladies' bathroom had piss all over the floor. It is disgusting. I don't know. But you know what? When nature calls, you just gotta go. You just lock the door. I don't apologize. You just go. If someone has a problem with it, screw them. It's not my fault.
Jeez. Well, like I said,
Just pop a bunch of Imodium before you go out to the
oh
bars.
my gosh. Well, like I said, let us know in the comments. I mean, it's one of those things where, and if you're comfortable saying it, go ahead. If not, I mean,
If
we're
you're
all-
not, just make a burner account.
Hey.
Say you're Kush Smoker 69 and leave your comment.
I mean, we're all transparent. Like I said, this is believe it or not, this is a full-on one-take, raw, uncut, uncensored podcast.
This is like basic conversations.
This
we
is
have every
basic
day.
conversations. I mean, it's one of those things where I'm as transparent as possible. I think X is as transparent as possible. We do have a couple of adult beverages, so that helps out as well.
It's true.
I think I'm only 2 deep, but we try to keep these podcasts at a reasonable time.
Well, I mean, if we had more than these two, I mean, we'd probably be slurring our words a little bit and we wouldn't know what to say.
Well, I probably wouldn't, but
I probably would. I'm pretty lightweight at that.
Yeah, I'm not. So, I mean, it really depends. Maybe when we do a little bit of a longer live stream or a longer podcast.
Yeah, if we ever
might
get
be
around
able
to
get
doing, if we ever get around to doing hour-long episodes, maybe
Yeah,
we'll
you'll be able to see kind of how
we'll pregame a little bit and then we'll go.
you'll be able to see kind of where this goes from there. But
That'll be in the pool come the summertime.
yeah, hey, we'll do a podcast from my pool. I mean, it'd be pretty sick. We'll get out and we'll
And
put the
because we're
mics
out
on
of
the-
shape, we'll keep some shirts on.
I mean, yeah, I'm not gonna say I got any, man boobs or anything like that, but I definitely got a dad bod. I'm
I'm
somebody
proud of the dad bod, but like at the same time, if anyone, I don't want really anyone staring at my dad bod because
I mean, I got a wife.
I don't. Well, I have an ex-wife, and that's a whole nother story for a different podcast. But
All I
I
gotta say,
I don't have nothing to flash. That's
all I gotta say is I don't got nothing to flash either, but I'm okay with my dad bod. I drink a fair amount. I got a lot of friends with dad bods. It's okay.
Some
It's
of them aren't
barrel-
even dads.
It's barrel season, 100%.
Yeah, go find you a
you're-
thick boy that
If
keep
you're
you
still
warm.
a girl that prefers 6-pack, that's okay.
No,
But
it's not.
I'm just gonna let you know that 6-pack ain't gonna last forever.
If you pick guys that have a 6-pack solely because they have a 6-pack, let me just tell you, you have more fun with a keg than you can with a 6-pack. Kegs go all night long. 6-pack's good for 6 and you done.
Well, like I said, I think I don't necessarily got the keg, so to speak, but I mean,
I do.
we'll just say with the dad bod. But like I said, I mean, let us know. We'll post some of these clips potentially on Facebook, some
Twitter.
YouTube, Twitter, whatever the case may be.
Probably on my TikTok.
Let us know what you think. We'll cut it up. We'll show some clips, some of the funny stuff. This is one of those things where we want to get as much feedback from you. Give you a little hint for some of the stuff we got coming up. I mean, we'll definitely try to keep sports involved for as long as they can. I'm a big NCAA basketball guy.
We'll probably do some March Madness stuff. We'll be honest, we're not big baseball guys, so.
And I'm not too big of an NBA guy. I mean,
And I'm not a soccer guy. I know we're Hispanic, so but we're not soccer guys. Like I respect it. My son plays it, just not a big fan.
Yeah, it's tough, but we're big into football. I wrestled in high school, so it's one of those things where I'm interested in that as well. But we definitely
We
try
might
to
do some
keep
MMA stuff every so
Yeah,
often.
we definitely try to keep it 100 with everybody. Like I said, we try to do as minimal cuts as possible. We try to keep everything true and authentic.
And we're gonna set some stuff up, like email. So like, if anyone, when we start having more segments, if you have questions, we'll answer questions. We're gonna have different segments. But if you like what we're doing, share it, send it to a friend or 3 friends, and they share it to 3 friends. And give us a like, give us a comment, say, hey, you guys are okay, you guys are good. And if you don't like it, piss off. Like, just keep it moving, man. We don't need your negativity. 2020 was negative enough. If you don't like what we did, then guess what? We wasted 30 minutes, 40 minutes of your life. Just don't watch us again. It's cool. We don't care.
All I gotta say is I got skin so thick, it's basically leather at this point, and you can't really say hardly anything that's really gonna affect me, because at the end of the day, I know that I'm at least an 8.5.
And
Yeah,
I might be a
and
6, but I got the confidence of 100. So
all I gotta say though is that 8.5 is strong, for sure. And maybe just when I look in the mirror, and I mean maybe that's confident, but confidence is key, And we try to keep it 100. Like I said, it's one of those things where it's not going to affect us. We definitely appreciate your time. We want to go and I want to try to get this thing out maybe every week, maybe every other week.
and then as we grow, maybe we'll do more. But
Yeah, maybe
we'll
we'll
go
do
from there.
maybe we'll do bi-weekly. I'm not sure. I mean, this really, like I said, it's a one take for us. We're sitting here drinking on a what day is it?
Friday night.
We're drinking on a Friday night, and we decided, hey, let's film this podcast. I mean,
Hell yeah.
2021,
Hell yeah.
let's make it happen. I mean, we're gonna go ahead and we're gonna do our best to entertain you guys. If you have any ideas for some future topics, let us know. One of the ones that we thought we would bring into, maybe we'll do a question about, do you believe in paranormal activity?
Or
I got some
conspiracy theories.
conspiracy theories. I got some crazy stories that I'd like
Birds
to share.
aren't real.
I like to.
That's just a teaser.
I have some stuff that I'd really like to share with the podcast to really get your brain flowing. I know that my wife has some topics that she wants to get into.
Or questions from women for guys. And
Oh,
we'll have
yeah.
one that if guys have questions for women, we can bring her on an episode and we'll ask her.
Oh yeah, I mean, let us know.
Or we
what
can
y'all-
ask our sister.
Yeah, let us know what you want to hear, and we'll make it happen as much as we can. We definitely, like I said, we definitely appreciate your time, and we hope you tune in for the next one.
Hell yeah, man. Just keep on keeping on. This has been
The
great.
Who's Your Daddy podcast, and we're gonna be, and that's Hoov HOOV
Your Daddy.
podcast. This is episode 1. Definitely an intro to what you're willing to see here moving forward. We'll get better on the camera. I know that this is filmed with an iPhone 12. Yeah, an iPhone 12. I'm that guy. But we'll see if we can upgrade some tech for the show, and we'll get some more drinks, and we'll let these topics keep flowing.
Let's go, man.
All right. Well, we'll give you a little soundbite for an exit for those of you listening on the audio stream. Thank you, and good night.